Very good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for a few others who had requested to.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
It's such a pleasure to see you, and our kids are so very excited here. And on behalf of the entire DCG management, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Mangat, who has kindly to be a part of this meeting. I'm sure all of the students who are online, offline, are all excited to be a part of these proceedings today. They are even, as I saw, they are joining. So we have some of the kids who have not left the premises, and my problem was there, so they're already with us. But some of them have been joining us, and I think we are getting messages even now that they are connecting. So, children, it's indeed a pleasure to have sir with us because he's had a very, very illustrious career in armed forces, and like all our brave armed personnel, we are so very proud of him. Colonel J. Mangat has had an illustrious career in the Indian Armed Forces. He was an alumnus of NDA and appointed in IMA also. He was permanently commissioned into the elite 3 Gorkha Rifles Infantry. I don't want you to miss out on all the things the sir has done, right? He has had a vast experience of serving in various operational and peace locations. He is also a recipient of Army Commander's Commendation Card. He has had the privilege of serving with the battalion in Operation Vijay in Battalion Sector in 1999. He has also scaled Mount Pancholi as a part of Summit Team in 1990. Sir comes from a family which has a rich legacy of armed officers, and they are all doing their bit in various domains of army. Sir, our heartfelt and sincere thanks to you for gracing this occasion today. I'm sure that all our students shall benefit hugely from your vast experience. I would like all the students to give a big round of applause to sir.
Well, good afternoon, students. It feels so wonderful to speak to you, students of DCG International School. You all are so lucky that your school has taken this wonderful initiative of motivating you and preparing you young students to join the armed forces, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, how many of you are aware of the NDA? We'll have an interactive session towards the end, but I would just like to tell you that all those who are clear about the NDA, generally NDA has 2 examinations, isn't it? First, one is in the first half, second is somewhere in November.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and all those who generally clear this exam and reach the academy, they would realize what they have achieved finally.
Yes.
It's a wonderful place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
And let me assure you, there's no other place like NDA where you get such a rich exposure to whether it's academics or it is sports, or you have so many hobbies to pursue. Something like, I would just say, writing, sailing, dramatics, music, photography, and there's a never-ending list. And of course, a lot of effort goes on in India Khadakwasla on your physical fitness. You see, you all come from different walks of life, you're not equal. There will be many students from Sainik schools, military schools, RIMC, so they are a bit shade better. So, to bring everyone on the same platform, there's a lot of effort which goes on the physical fitness side. I too had joined this academy way back in 1985 and finally passed out in 1988. What a wonderful journey, it was for 32 years in this lovely organization. Let me tell you, students, NDA is a different world altogether. Totally different. lakhs and lakhs of... Good afternoon, good afternoon. See, lakhs and lakhs of students appear every year. And in one, I would say in one particular exam, for about 7-8 lakh students appear. Something to the tune of 8-10,000 clear the exam. They go for the SSB procedures. They have their medical exams. And based on the vacancies, which are generally approximately 350, that's a number which actually reaches the academy. So, all those who are planning to join this prestigious academy should take a pledge now that I have got to put in all efforts to make it to this academy. Sure, and I can assure you the day you reach the academy, you'll remember this day when I told you that this is like India Khadakwasla. It's a different world altogether. And one feels so proud when you come back from there in your vacations, whenever you have the term break. It's really good. So now what I'll do is, before I let you know something about the army, I'll just show you a glimpse of India Khadakwasla. A few pictures which I had personal on my phone, or maybe what I got from others. Some pictures which will just give you a slight insight about how India Khadakwasla looks. I'm very sure you would have seen it on the net and all. You would have done a research and all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now, can you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, what's written? Fortune favors the brave. This picture is actually not India. This is of the IMA. It's the Chetwat building from where finally all cadets, I would say gentlemen cadets,
Yes, sir.
pass out from IMA Dehradun. This is the Chitwat building, where generally you take the last step into the uniform. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So since I was from the Gurkhas, I served 32 years in the Gurkhas. So I would like to put this quote over here. This was who's he? Can you recognize?
Sam Manekshaw. Sam Manekshaw.
Exactly.
Sam Manekshaw, Field Marshal.
Yeah, he was Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, and he was from the Gurkha regiment. So that's what he used to say. If anyone tells you he's never afraid, he's a liar or he's a Gurkha. I'll keep putting some examples about what I mean, like the Gurkhas and all. Because I've served with the Gurkhas and I've seen others also. So that's the main motto of the academy: service before self. And what does it mean?
Service for sir.
Everything is important than you.
Yeah, it says your country first, the troops you command second, and you come last. Okay? So if you want to serve the country, and as far as the troops are concerned, you look after them, you care for them, and they give it back to you. And this what you see is a badge. The eagle shows, it depicts the Air Force.
Yes, sir.
The anchor is the Navy, and the Ashoka, the two swords, are the Army. So it's a joint academy of Army, Navy, Air Force, India. See, this is the Sudan block, the main block of the academy, from where the academy is recognized. And see what is written over there.
Sudan.
Yeah, Sudan block. And what's written over there? Cradle of leadership. All leaders are born here in the Indian Army. The leadership starts from here. And all those who join this academy, you will realize that they will polish your qualities and finally you come out as fine leaders. See, that's a general overview, the main Sudan block, as you see from a distance. That's the main academic block actually. It's the soul of NDA. Everything happens here in this block, day in, day out. You study here, the commandant is here, the main offices are here. It's a massive, massive building. See, this is again another view of that complete area. Now, what is this? If someone is, what is this? Can you make out?
Squadrons.
Yeah, this is a battalion.
Squadrons.
Yeah, this is a battalion, number 3 battalion with 4 squadrons in it. All 4 buildings are the 4 squadrons. This is a living area. And in the background, you can see the Sudan block and the other buildings.
Yes, sir.
This is the heart of remembrance. You know, all the alumni of NDA, those who are no more with us, would have died in operations or wherever. All those names are engraved in this as it's a sort of a memorial for all the NDA students, NDA cadets, who did something brave. This is a museum and a library building. It is next to the Sohan block, which, if you recollect the previous picture. This is the auditorium. It doesn't seem that big from here, but it's a massive, massive auditorium. You see about 2,000 odd capacity, sitting capacity in this auditorium. Just skip the slide. You see the mountains at the back?
Yes, sir.
This is the place where the cadets go for their running cross countries, and this is all that's all part of NDA. This complete at the background also. See, this is a proud moment for the cadets. Those who are the award winners. The center one would be the Sword of Honor, and the left and right one are the silver and the bronze medal recipients. This is after passing out. What a proud moment. Yeah, that's a stadium. That's a stadium. It's a sport arena, and that's a very everything happens here. The sports activities.
Okay, sir.
And that's the science block for the studious ones. Those who take the science stream, they'll be having their classes here. And at the backdrop, you can see that big drill square. Certain aircrafts and all are put over there. So that's the same science block. You know, this is the drill square, and this particular picture is a picture of a passing out parade where you can see those three aircrafts on top. They do a fly past, and the first and second termers are all on the ropes on the side. This mast is actually a mast from a battleship. OT and IMA, the students would have tried after college. They would have tried a number of places, and when they can't make it there, they may try it for army again. But here, this is the first choice. All are motivated. So that's the reason this is very tough. NDA SSB is the toughest one. And why is SSB supposed to be tough? I'll tell you that. You see, there are three things in SSB. The psychologist, the GTO procedures, and the IO. All three people are seeing the same qualities in you. Absolutely same qualities. It's a very scientific way. They're seeing your leadership qualities. There are some core qualities which cannot change. There are certain qualities which can be changed, which can be trainability is the thing in that. So they're not looking for the trainability qualities in you. For that, the academies are there. So what they look for you in are the core qualities. Courage. You see, courage is a core quality, whereas physical stamina isn't. So why SSB is a tough is that I told you, lakhs and lakhs of students appearing for the written exam, thousands of them clear it. And out of those thousands, they have to pick up 350. Isn't it?
True.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So to pick up the best of the best, they have to be tough. They have to be very, very tough. A small mistake has to be highlighted. And that's how they keep eliminating and come to the best cream of the nation, they say, as they say. That's the reason why it's so tough. But nothing is tough, let me tell you. If you prepared well, if your school is taking such a wonderful initiative of preparing you for SSBs, nothing is tough. Give your best and you will be there. That's what I believe in. So now, let me tell you something about the armed forces. India is one, but you should know about the armed forces. That then only you will be motivated to join the Indian government.
Yes, sir.
So, like I told you, IMA, once you pass out of IMA and you get those set of 2 stars on your shoulders, you join your respective places of duty. Army guys go to their units, the Air Force guys will go to their units, the naval guys will go to ships or wherever. And in this, when you join your unit, wherever you go, the first 5 to 6 is a very, very crucial for your rest of the service, for rest of your career. Why? Because in this 5 years, you're going to be judged in various things, like your leadership qualities, what you've learned in your academies, how you interact, how you motivate your men, and how you prove yourself to the men. That is that quality of courage and leadership. And once you've done all this and the men have accepted you, half the job is done. And
Yes, sir.
5 years you'll be doing your basic courses like the basic military courses or the basic naval courses or the basic flying courses. And whatever you graded in these 5 to 6 years, your balance of the service is going to depend on that. That means nomination for higher courses, getting posted to better academies, to institutions. And if a person doesn't perform well, then he keeps lingering around in his own unit. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll just break my talk into three basic heads. That is the nature of duty, adventure and sports, and perks and privileges. I'm very sure you'll be more interested in the perks and privileges, but that comes last. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So nature of duty is that in the army, when you get commissioned, there are various streams, various branches. You see, you either go to the arms or you go to the services. Arms are basically what? It is infantry, armored artillery, infantry, armored making. They are the ones who want to fight the battle.
Companies.
And services are the ones who are going to support them, like RT, signals, ordnance, supply corps. They are the support. Okay. So, like I was telling you, it's a wonderful organization. Have you ever dreamt of being on a tank or driving a tank or firing a Bofors gun or going into the jungles and hunting down those anti-national elements which you see in movies and all, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Opportunity to do it yourself here in the armed forces. Everything. And one only dreams of flying an aircraft if you go as an Air Force cadet. So, flying aircrafts, going on a battleship, these are all dreams which a person can only dream. But here in India, once you do NDA, IMA, or whatever entry you are, you do all these things practically. You get exposure to all that. In army, you get posted to the northeast, you get posted to Jammu and Kashmir, you get posted to various peace locations. And the best part of this is, you may get posted to a god-forsaken city. But the army cantonment or the military station over there will be a different world altogether. Nothing
Yes,
to do
sir.
with the city, about 8-10 kilometers out. Wonderful place with all amenities, including a golf course, swimming pool, auditorium, you name a thing, it is there.
Yes, sir. They all are there.
Isn't it? I think you must be from an army background.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm still living in. Sir, I'm still living in military station.
See, you know, your father would have got posted to various locations and how these stations are.
Yes, sir.
You know, I was in Jaisalmer when I retired. That was my last station. Though very high on the tourism map, but it's a god-forsaken place. There's nothing except for filth. But the moment you come to the military station, Jaisalmer military station, it's an eye-opening thing. You can never ever imagine what the station looks like in the midst of the desert.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so army is a wonderful place to be in, though it's a bit demanding, but nothing like it. It's one of the best organizations, and it is not that you doing something for the nation. The nation and the organization looks after you from the day you step into the NDA till the time you breathe your last. And even if whenever you're born, army takes care of your families.
Yes, sir.
And like I told you, in the NDA, those 350 odd students who there, they become a family to you. You'll never forget them, your postmates. It's a wonderful feeling when you all get together after many years. You do your 25 years silver jubilee, you get together 30 years, 20 years, wherever you meet in courses. It's a wonderful feeling. Now coming to the next activity which you have in a big way, that's the adventure in sports. You see, like I told you that there's so many opportunities in India when they train you when you come to the unit. In adventure sports in the army, in the army headquarters, there is a adventure wing, especially meant for that. And when I say adventure, it is, you see, it is mountaineering, car rallies, skydiving, paragliding, whitewater rafting, sailing. All these adventure activities are taken by the army, which a person can only think of. And if you're good, you can do all this as well. No one will stop you. You heard about that? 4 girls going around the globe sailing on a sailboat? So that was another adventure activity of the Navy. And similarly, I also got opportunity when I was a second lieutenant. Now certainly when you pass out, you pass out a 2-star, the lieutenant. But when I passed out, it was a single star. I got opportunity to join one of the mountaineering expeditions. It was a peak which was never summited by any team before that. Any team means international public team from this country. But then this army team made it, and I was fortunate that I was in a summit team, so we could scale that peak. And it's in the Kumaon region, if you're aware of that. You know Panchachuli?
Yes, sir.
It's the 5 Pandavas. It is after that, as the history goes. And in the army, you see, it's a very good feeling when you go into operations with your men. The leadership qualities which India teaches you. You go there and you see how the men support you, look after you. But that is only if you won the trust. And in the army, what happens, every 2.5 years, you posted to some other place. So that's how you get to see this great nation. For 2.5 years, you will be somewhere in the east. Next, you will be in the west. Next, you will be somewhere in the north or central India. So you make new friends, know many people. And you see, lakhs of rupees to visit Leh, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And in the army, you just get posted there. You see the best of it. 2.5 years. You go to the deserts. You go everywhere.
Yes, sir.
And now, you see, army even takes on sports in a big way. So let me ask you a question about sports in the army. What happened in the recent past when someone got glory to this nation? Absolutely, absolutely. And it's not only Neeraj Chopra. There's so many army people, those who go into the sports activities and they represent the country in boxing, shooting, rowing, a whole lot of people. And they do win medals, but there's a bronze and silver medalists don't come up. But Neeraj Chopra was a gold medalist, so he was well known. So army is sponsoring all this. If you're good, they make you do all that. And this
Indian Army Sports Institute.
Yeah. So now let's come to the perks and privileges, which will further motivate you to join this wonderful organization. See, in the perks and privileges, I would say the quality of life in the Indian Army. Firstly, the polish in a person comes in the academy, the ND and the IMA, or maybe the Naval Academy, or the Air Force Academy. When I say quality of life, wherever you go in these organizations, you live in a military station, like some of you already living there. You have wonderful places to stay. You get a house over there. Like I was posted in Mumbai. I had a wonderful house. And you pay hardly anything for that. The organization takes care of you. You have medical facilities inside. So in a military station, for those who are not aware of it, in a military
MI
station,
rooms.
yeah, you have everything. It is not MI rooms. It is the massive hospitals, command hospitals.
MH.
Yeah, you go to Chandimandir, there's a command hospital over there.
Sir, command. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then you have golf courses, then you have canteens, you have various institutes, you have the sports complexes.
Army schools.
That's another big advantage. So when you get posted from one place to other place, and the admissions into schools is the most difficult thing, you get these schools, they have to give you admission.
Yes, sir.
And a whole lot of places, like you don't have to come out of the cantonment. You so self-contained inside that you don't have to come out at all. So that's the quality of life. And then the social life, the way you interact amongst each other, the amount of functions which happen, the amount of group, like you go calling on to someone, parties, movies, it's so much over there to do. Then the next best part of the army in perks is that it gives you opportunity to boost your qualification. I did my MBA while I was in the army, and that was just because I was supported by the organization. You have reserved seats. Even you have reserved seats for MBA in this prestigious PEC, the Punjab University over here in Chandigarh. So similarly, most of the universities, they have these reserved vacancies. If you are a BTech student or you want to do a BTech after getting into signals or engineers, they all vacancy. You get a MTech vacancy. Everyone, the army gives you a lot of opportunity to boost your educational qualification, so that when you leave, you have something to do, something to support you. Then
Yes,
the
sir.
other thing which is very beneficial in the army is the travel benefit,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? The organization takes
Yes.
care of your travel expenses from your duty station to your hometown, not only for you but your entire family. And to add to that, these days what has happened, the army headquarters, they'll sign MOUs with various hotels. You just pay 50%
Once.
in a five-star hotel. Unlike other organizations, there's a room worth 12,000, you just pay 4,500 or something, including the meals. So that's all. These are the incentives given to the army by various civil agencies. Besides that, when I got commissioned that time, you see what happened, the salary part was not that good. So people used to crib about salary. But now the organization pays you well. The moment gentleman cadet wears his uniform, gets his commission, he's into that 80,000 grade. And believe you me, this 80,000 is just a pocket money for you, because all other expenses are either subsidized or being taken care by the government. And as you grow in service, this thing keeps going up. There are various slabs, and in a nutshell, you paid well in the army now. You can have a very good standard of life. You can have whatever you want to have. You can buy anything what you want to buy. It is not what it used to be some times back. It's a wonderful place to be in. So, I'll even narrate you an example. In my service, I got this opportunity, like ma'am just told you. I had this opportunity to go into this only one war which we fought after 1971. It wasn't a full-fledged war. It was a sector-specific war on Open Ladakh. That is the time I realized what your men are for you. They will do anything for you. They will do anything to protect you. But to reach that level, you have to win over them. And how to win them is what you learn in that National Defense Academy. Leadership qualities. They'll teach everything over there. How to how to look after your men. That's what they say, that the first thing when you enter the academy, they see that badge over there, it's written service before self. The main aim is to put that thing in deep into you, that you have to consider the country and the men before thinking about yourself. Going back to the academy, I forgot one little thing. When you enter the gates of the academy, you know what is written over there? You make men out of boys. You enter the academy at the age of 18 and a half. By the time you pass out, you're 21. I would say when you pass out from the main academy, IMA, you're 21 and a half or maybe 22. So in these 4 years, you've been transformed from a boy to a man. Not a man, a well-polished and a groomed person. So that's what the academy is, that's what the army is. I can just assure you, those from the background, army background, they know about it. There's nothing like Indian Army. I would say
Yes, sir.
Indian Armed Forces. Whether it's Army, it's Navy, it's Air Force, it's a wonderful organization. One who enters it, stays with it till the time you finally close your eyes and bid goodbye to this world. You stay with it.
Sir, we would like you to
True, sir.
Yes,
one
ma'am.
of the queries that the students really want to know is the attributes, the qualities, the traits. What is it that is very essential to become a gentleman officer?
You mean to say, ma'am, the qualities and all which you see in the SSB?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was fortunate that I have done this GTO thing also in the GTO course also. So in the SSB, what they're looking for, they're not looking for what initiative you're taking and what you're doing over there. What they're looking for you in the SSB is certain leadership qualities. You should have a brain which works, which can find ideas, implementation of ideas and carrying those ideas ahead. There are so many people. In SSB, there's a very wrong notion going on that you see the GTO tasks, ma'am, in the GTO tasks, people run, I have to pick up this, I have to pick up that, I have to show my initiative. No, they're not wanting to see all that. What they're looking for, out of the lot of maybe 15 or who are the 2 or 3 people who are giving ideas, who have the brains, those ideas which can be implemented and the others can follow and get across a particular obstacle. Same goes in a group discussion, same goes, they have that small little 2 or 3 minutes of lecturate talk. They're just seeing how much idea and can they develop onto that. The main trait what they're seeing is the leadership qualities actually. Leadership qualities in a way, because as officers you have to lead your men. If you take your men into some operation, you get to get them back alive. And to have those leadership qualities, there are certain traits. Courage is one of them. Intelligence is one of them. Intelligence is a trainability thing. The more you study, it can be changed. The physical attributes, again trainable, can be developed. So, what they're looking for you in a SSB is your intelligence, your courage. I'll quote a small little example. When you go for SSB, there is a obstacle course over there. People will tell you, you do this 10 obstacles, then you repeat them, you do this, you do that, you'll get points. Yeah, you do get points. But what the GTO out there is looking for one simple thing. How systematic you are in your approach, how you tackle those obstacles. You're going systematically or you're going haphazardly. What is the determination level in you? If you've not been able to do one particular thing, do you come back again, do it again? The determination. And with that goes the courage. This is one example. Even the IO, the interviewing officer, he'll put you into various situations. He'll keep putting you into situations, and he'll try to see those qualities, those leadership qualities. Even the psych, he's only looking for negative qualities in you. Because anyone who has got a negative thought process, he's unfit for this organization. You can't have a negative person in the Indian Army, Indian Armed Forces, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what these academies, these various coaching institutes in Chandigarh, Delhi, Bangalore, what they're doing, it's just giving you insight of how to tackle this or how to crack the services selection board. And to do that, all that you have to do is be honest to yourself, apply yourself in a very logical manner, and show a bit of courage over there. You have to be systematic in life. You have to be helpful to others. And that is what pulls you up. A person who's selfish, a person who's negative, in a group, you will be isolated. And if a group isolates you, the officer who's looking at you, who's selecting you, he'll never pick you up, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So the main traits they're looking for you is how much helpful you are to others and how much you can lead others into a situation to successfully complete it. And that only comes with a bit of training, some motivation level. Like your school is already taking this initiative. I saw some pictures online. You have those obstacle courses made over there and someone is teaching you. If you take it very
Yes, sir.
seriously, you learn what they're trying to tell you, you will go through it. There is nothing. It is just it's a mental block. It's tough. It is tough, but it is not tough for those people who prepared well. Ma'am, does that?
Class 12 standard students, if you are keen to ask any questions, better. Anyone would like to ask anybody in the school premises?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Shrikant, you have to switch on your camera while you are asking a question, better.
Good evening.
Yes, Shrikant.
Madam, would you like to suggest at least 1 or 2 books for improving our leadership quality?
Leadership qualities, you see, you have to focus presently on how to clear the written exam and the SSB. Leadership qualities cannot be inculcated in a person. They're already there in you. All that you have to do is, once you clear the written exam and start preparing for your SSB, whatever, like I told you, there are certain tasks, group tasks. Leadership comes with intelligence. You have whatever solutions you come out, they should be workable, they should be good, they should be practical. And if that solution goes through, that quality is seen in you. Leaders are nothing but the leaders are ones who can take people along. Leaders are the one who can take people along and get them safe back to their barracks.
Yes, sir.
So leadership qualities will come automatically in you with the situations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So let me ask you a question. How many of you have actually filled in forms for the current NDA exam?
Yes, sir. I have.
You have? And how
Yes.
many? How many in all total? So you're preparing for your written exam?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Have you appeared before this? No, you won't have.
So, sir, it's my second time.
It's the second time. So there are 3 papers now, as you are aware.
What, sir?
You have 3 papers, written papers.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Mathematics, English, and general science.
Yeah. So when you're preparing for the written exams, what do you look into it? What are you? How are you going about it?
Sir, I am focusing more on the topics which cover a lot of questions in the question paper and which carry a lot marks.
You just have to focus on your NCRT syllabus. Everything is going to come from there. Your 11th and 12th syllabus.
Sir, you are asking about the chapters or the reference books?
No, forget the reference books. Do well in your board exams. Everything, the syllabus is from there.
Yes, sir.
All your questions in your ND exam, your UPSC exam, are from your NCRT syllabus. Reference is okay, you can practice those guides and all, but you have to take your 11th and 12th very seriously, prepare well, and you will clear the exam.
Sir, but I beg your pardon, sir. Now the pattern has changed. So the UPSC is giving now the twisted questions of NCRT and exemplar. So we have to prepare well, one level next.
You see, your board exam gives you a paper which can be solved, and maximum people from the weaker section also clear it. That is the aim of the board exam, that everyone should pass. That is not the aim of UPSC. The aim of UPSC is to get the best, to get the cream, isn't it?
Yes.
So that is why that's why the questions are a bit slightly tricky. The choices, all the choices look alike, but that's where your intelligence counts. If you read well, if you studied well, you concentrated on your syllabus of 11th, 12th properly, in these 2 years you worked hard, you will be able to do it. There's nothing tricky in that. But only thing is, yes, the difficulty level is much more than the board exam, because here they're looking for the best students. They're not wanting everyone to clear that exam. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So that's a point.
Have a nice day, sir.
Everybody to understand, you need to focus on your NCRTs. Don't worry too much. Your fundamentals are clear, you'll be able to ace it. This is an important concern that it means, sir. So that was the question I think a lot of people would have on their minds. Yeah.
Ma'am, presently what they have to do is they have to just focus on the written exam.
Yeah, absolutely.
SSB is a second thing. Once you clear your exam, you get that ample time to prepare mentally, or the school will take care of you, preparing you for SSB. Right now, your focus has to be on your syllabus. Study well, do your board exams well, and you will clear the exam.
Yeah, right.
My son, when he was here in 12th and DPS, he also went for the ND exam, and he had done his levels of preparation were good, and he just cleared it. He's also in the Navy, by the way.
Yes, and I'd like everybody to know about this. The first son is a lieutenant commander. Is Vikram Singh Mangat, that is presently serving in the Indian Navy, in Shivaji. So as he said, the legacy continues, not only from his grand, the ancestors, but even the progeny are in the same line. So I think it makes sense to hear from somebody who's already in that, scenario. So any other questions children you need to ask? You can raise your hand, the one word in the school premises, please. You can raise your hand. Okay, Srikant, you need to ask another question, Ajay?
Yes, ma'am. Sir, did the RIMC student, Sainik school student get more preference over the civilians in the SSB?
No, not at all. Not at all. Like I told you, RIMC, what happens, you see, they are being prepared to join the NDA right from the 6th class. The moment they join RIMC, the training begins from 6th class. And secondly, you see, who goes to RIMC? One from each state, the best of best reach the RIMC. So for him, clearing this written exam is nothing. It is just a joke for him. And thereafter the SSB. That school is preparing you so well in SSB that everyone who goes to RIMC till the time is medically unfit, he makes it. But Sainik schools and military schools are not the same. They are absolutely same as what you are, what your school is. There is no difference when you go to SSB. The GT over there will not differentiate between a RIMC student or from your school, or from military school, or from Sainik school. You all same at par. He is going to look for the same qualities in that student, and he is going to look for the same qualities in you. There's nothing. Just take that thing out of your mind that they are superior to you. No, they are not. You all are same.
Okay, sir.
So anything else, Srikanth?
No, sir. Thank you very much.
I am sure you will make it this time.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
You motivated, and what does your father do?
Sir, my father is a general manager in corporate.
Okay. See, he's in corporate and he's still selected to go into the armed forces.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy, and we have huge hopes for entire 12th standard. They are working hard, and I think our teachers are striving very, very hard to handle them and take them to the right direction. So we wish them all the best once again. Yeah.
Your father will be jealous of you the day you come out as an officer in the Indian Armed Forces.
Yes, sir.
You'll be so well groomed, you'll be a different person altogether. You'll say, I wish I also joined the armed forces. So work hard.
Sir, my grandfather was also there in the Indian Army as a non-commissioned officer.
No issues at all. Everyone in the army is same, like I told you. Your men are before you. Never take this that he was a non-commissioned officer or he's a commissioned officer. Everyone is from the armed forces. And the aim should be, you have an aim class, isn't it? You want to join the army as an officer.
Yes, sir.
And since you're so motivated, you left the corporate world, you selected this career, I'm very sure you will get through. There's nothing, just focus on your written exam.
Yes, sir.
And with the written exam, I'm very sure your school will take proper care that you clear SSB. All the way, Srikanth.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
With you, and we really wanted our kids to interact with you, and we wish the times become better when we could all you in person to our premises. I think they would all love that. And children, please give a big round of applause to Colonel Mangat. He has been out time for very busy schedule. heartfelt thanks once again, and I'm sure the children would have hugely benefited from whatever inputs you've given.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you all you students. I'm sure you all will do well. All the best.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.